Good evening, everyone. Welcome to My Aladdin's Magic Your Life. We're privileged to have all of you here with us this evening. We have an exciting program prepared for you. Before we get started, get yourself situated in a nice, comfortable position. Get something to write with because the lessons you learn tonight can change your life. Before we get started with our key speaker, we're going to have a quick introduction of what we learned last week. By popular request, I've done a sketch note of Richard Tan's talk last week, and we'll go through and do a quick review, and then he has something very exciting to share for you this evening. Give me a moment while I share my screen. Okay, so tonight you're with us here on Magic Your Life. It's My Aladdin's weekly wisdom to give you little bits of information and insight to make your life better and to change the future and change your direction to reach the dreams and goals that you have. Last week, Richard Tan, our chairman, spoke about choices you make. And he mentioned several different choices that we make in life. You might want to take a screenshot of this so that you can have it for reference later. I'll give you just a few seconds to take a quick screenshot. These are my notes that I took from last week's session. And they're basically little snapshots to remind you what you learned and to give you possibilities for application. This is the second part of Richard's talk from last week. You might want to take a screenshot of this as well. And then I'll give you a couple key points or key things that you can learn from what he shared last week. As we get started, make sure you have a piece of paper and something to write with. Any time that we learn something new in life, we always need to think about how we can apply it, how we can use it. It's not what we learn that makes the difference in our life. It's what we do with what we learn. Last week, Richard spoke about the different choices that you make in life. And the first thing he discussed was failure or regret of not trying. You can choose to focus on different aspects of life. Write down a recent failure, disappointment, or setback, or a time when the results weren't what you expected. How did it make you feel? Richard reminded us that failure is not final. Don't confuse a single defeat with the final defeat, because your past does not determine your future. He retold the story of Thomas Edison when he had tried 1,000 different types of ways to make a light bulb, and all of those 1,000 ways did not work. He didn't consider it 1,000 failures. He considered it as he learned 1,000 ways that didn't work. He also spoke about Winston Churchill, who said success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts. So regardless of whatever setback you might have in your life, you need to have the courage to move forward. So what is the lesson that you can learn from that recent failure? Just write down that question. When I look back at the past week and something that wasn't the results that I wanted, what can I learn from that experience? And you might want to answer that question a bit later. The second choice that Richard mentioned last week was that you can live the life you want, or you can live the life that your parents or other people want. If you're going to live the life that you want, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what is the life that I want? So write that question on your piece of paper. Then when you have some time a bit later, go back and answer that question. When you know what you want in life, you can stand against the people, against the events that might pull you away from your dreams. The first key to living the life that you want and taking a stand and not being distracted, not being pulled away, is to know what you want in life. The third choice that everyone makes is whether we're going to spend our time growing or being entertained. When I heard this choice, I thought about it in terms of what we eat. You know, it's not that you can't have entertainment. Entertainment is like junk food. The things that nourish your brain and prepare you for the future, those things are like health food. You need to have a balance. If all your time is focused on being entertained, then you're not going to grow. So what do you need to learn in order to grow into that person that is going to achieve your dreams? What is something that you need to learn so you can achieve your dreams in life? So that you're not wasting your time, but you're actually making progress towards your dreams. The next choice, are you going to secure the future? Or are you going to enjoy the present? You know, enjoying the present is kind of like building a sandcastle. It's there for a little while, but then it's gone. It's no substance. What steps are you making to reach your future dreams? What are you building in your life, in your relationships, in your business that's going to help you aim for the stars? The next choice is, are you going to work for money? Are you going to have money work for you? He quoted Robert Kiyosaki, "The rich don't work for money, but they have money work hard for them." Do you have something in place that helps your money to work for you, even when you're sleeping? If not, what is something that you can do, something that you can get involved in so that money works for you? He said you can choose to be surrounded by winners or losers. And he told the story of two frogs in a bucket of cream. And as they swam in the bucket of cream, eventually one of them gave up and the other kept paddling, and eventually the cream turned into butter and he hopped out. It's been said that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with. Jim Rohn, one of the great motivational speakers, said, "Show me your friends and I will show you your future." So who is someone that you need to spend more time with? Who is someone that's your hero, that's your model, that's someplace that you want to be? If you want to be in that same place, to have those same things that they have, spend more time with this person and learn from them. Who do you need to spend more time with in order to achieve your dreams. The next choice is you can choose to be tired or choose to be broke. Choose to have no money. One of the quotes that Richard says all the time is that the work isn't finished when you're tired. It's finished when you're done. So what is something that you've left uncompleted that you need to complete? You weren't born just to pay the bill and die. You were born with a purpose. Make sure you spend your time, whatever it takes, to achieve that purpose. Is your life stuck in the same place, or are you going places? The next choice that you need to make is if you're going to stay in the same place you were born, or you're going to move somewhere else. When I think about this question, I think not just where you live, but also the things that you do. Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? Do you want to be in the same place you are now, or do you want to be someplace different? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? The next choice that we all make is whether to be in the driver's seat, to be in control, or to be a passenger in life. When you're a passenger, someone else takes you wherever they want to go. You don't have a choice on where you're going. But when you're in the driver's seat, you choose where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. Who's in control of your life? What do you need to do to take charge of your own life? To take control, to be in the driver's seat. The next choice that we all make in life is whether to be a player or to be a spectator. You know, in football, soccer, basketball, whatever sport you look at, there's always a few people that are on the field playing the game, and everyone else is simply watching. I was once told that there are two different types of people in life. Some of them are waiting for something to happen. Some of them are making things happen. It's like the players on the field. And some of them are wondering what in the world happened. We need to be a player, the person who makes things happen. Are you simply waiting for something to happen? Are you actually moving towards your goal? What is something that you need to take action in order to make it happen? Don't just sit and watch or wait for something to happen. What is an action that you need to take to be successful in your goals? The next choice that everyone makes in life is to take risks or to play safe. I think when I think of taking a risk, I think of a person on a high wire moving from one place to another and carefully balancing all the different aspects in order to get where he wants to go. Robert Kiyosaki said that there are actually two types of people: those who play to win and those who play not to lose. If you're playing not to lose, in other words, you're just trying to protect, you're never going to get bigger, you're never going to grow, you're never going to be someplace different. You're never going to change your life until you're willing to step outside your comfort zone. So what risks do you need to take to accomplish your goals and dreams for your life? What is holding you back from your dreams? What is risky to you? And how can you break out of your comfort zone to achieve those dreams? Another question that was mentioned is the choice of having children. When I think about the choice of having children, I actually think of leaving a legacy. That legacy may be in a son or a daughter, or it may be a legacy that you leave in this world, something that is different because you were in this world that you left behind for other people. What are you doing to leave a legacy so that people will remember you? The next choice that all of us make is to ignore problems or to deal with problems. I ran across this quote the other day that says, running away from any problem only increases the distance from the solution. It only moves you further away from solving the problem. Remember when Gar Gopal Das spoke to us a couple of weeks ago? He told the story of the concentration camp, and he said that everything changed when they changed the questions. It's not why do I have problems, but how can I solve the problems? Don't ignore problems, deal with problems. So the question that we need to ask ourselves is, what problem have you been ignoring that you need to deal with? Another choice that all of us make is the choice of our life partner. Is the person you are with the life partner that you need? When you're looking for a life partner, I was always told to be the person that's going to attract the person that you want to spend your life with. So if you really want to have that special person in your life, you need to be the type of person that they're going to be attracted to. So what are the characteristics, the qualities that you want to have in a life partner? And then you try to be the person that attracts someone else with those qualities. Another choice that all of us make is whether to serve yourself or serve others. There's no exercise better for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up. What is something that you can do this week to lift someone else up and serve them? And finally, how are you giving to others? Anthony Robbins said the secret to living is giving. Are you living or just surviving? Richard mentioned several different ways that we can give to others. One is to take the friendship offline in person, to be a cheerleader in someone else's life, to serve someplace where you're needed, to brighten someone else's day, or even to pray with someone. Finally, it's not what you learn that changes your life, it's what you do with what you learn. So the final question that you need to be asking yourself is, what am I doing with the lessons that I learn in each of these weekly wisdom sessions? And as you listen to our next speaker, you're going to want to not only learn, but also jot down on your piece of paper things that you can apply, things that you can put into action so that you not only learn, but you change your life by doing something with the things you learn. What is the first thing that you need to do based on what you learned last week and the choices that we make in life? So jot down one little thing. We talked about a lot of different possibilities. Richard mentioned many different choices. What is that first choice that you need to make? Here's the session again for those who came in a little bit late. Richard's choices that we make in life. I'll give you just a second to take a snapshot of the screen. And then the second part, more choices that all of us make in life. Thank you very much for being here this evening. We have a very special guest lined up for you. He's the chairman of Success Resources. He's a person who has learned many different lessons in life himself. In fact, he was rewarded by the Singapore government with the Phoenix Award. It's given to one person each year who recovers from failure or from things that mistakes in business to be very, very successful. He was also rated as one of the top CEOs as well. And he's become a friend and a person of wisdom for many, not only in Singapore, but all around the world. So I'd like to invite all of you to take a note and give a big welcome to our next speaker, Mr. Richard Tan.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be seeing and speaking to you and sharing with you. Thank you so very, very much. Now, greeting from my Aladdin here in Singapore, and thank you so much for joining us. And I'm so happy that today you can take time off to be here. Now, for many of you, this evening you could have been doing something else, right? You could be with your family, you could be out shopping, you could be doing something else, but today you choose to be here. So first of all, I want to thank you for your time. Right? It's about, right? So today is a continuation of my Magic Your Life series, and now is series number 3. So before I start, maybe we can do a little bit of stretching, because just now many of you may be listening in, and then maybe before we go to the next speaker, so let's stretch, okay? So I want you to stretch your hand up. Okay, very good. Now your left, okay, very good. Okay, to your right, very good. And maybe you can touch your toe. Okay, yeah, okay, very, very good. Okay, good. Are you ready? Okay, so now I also want to acknowledge that this session is translated into Vietnamese. I want to say is that many of our speakers is only as good as our translator. Yeah. So please help me thank our translator Joey, right? Joey. So we are only as good as our translator. So thank you, Joey, for translating to Vietnamese. So thank you very, very much. Okay, so let me start my sharing of today. Okay. Right, I cannot. Okay. So, okay. Okay, just a moment. Let me just share my screen. Okay. All right. So today is how do you measure success? That's series 3. And Magic Your Life is a gathering of all our family members and members together to learn so that we can shortcut our journey to success, so that we can have magic in our life, so that we can have magic in our life. So when I travel all over the world, I have met many reporters or many journalists that want to interview me. And one of the things they ask me this question, they say, no, Richard, what is your secret of success? What is your secret of success? Because you run business all over the world in 30 countries and 70 cities. Can you share your secret of success? And sometimes I kind of joke about it. I say, okay, if you are ready to learn the secret of success, take a pen and write down. So many of them will take a pen and write down. I will say this, I say, to be successful. To be successful. So write down to be successful. So to be successful. And then they write down to be successful. And then I show them this slide. Okay, my secret of success is this, right? I show them this slide. Listen to your wife. Wow, many of them just jump up, and they are laughing away. But actually, this is not like a joke. It's quite true. My secret of success is I listen to my wife. Well, and please don't mistaken. Listen to your wife, not my wife, I say, because I don't want you to go back home and then very excited and go and tell your wife. You say, now I know the secret of success. And your wife say, what? Secret of success is to listen to Richard's wife. No, that's wrong. Okay, listen to your own wife. Okay, so this is my wife, not the other one. The one in red. Okay, her name is called Veronica. She is an amazing person. If you have an opportunity, get to know her. The reason why she's so amazing is because she is very, very loyal to her friend. And whenever her friend, has any challenges, like her lady friend got relationship problem or health problem, got any other problem, Veronica will drop everything, right, to spend time with her friend. And usually she will drop all my things to spend time with her friend. Yeah, so that is my secret of success. But today we want to talk about the topic, how do you measure success? How do you measure success? And success is an interesting topic for many people because many people want to be successful. So I want to bring out, first of all, even before I continue, the essence of success. Okay, so you must define success in your own terms, because everybody got their own different definition of success, right? Somebody say, oh, if I achieve this, I will be successful. Somebody say, if I have this, I will be successful. Somebody say, if I do this, I'll be successful. So there are many different ways to define success. Yeah, but you have to define success in your own terms. In your own terms, what to you is considered successful, right? May be different from other people, right? So for me, if my wife vote me as the best husband in the world, that to me is success, right? That to me is success. If my children vote me as the best father in the world, that to me is success. Or if my staff vote me as the best boss they've ever worked for, or if my friend vote me as the best friend that they have, well, that to me is success. Okay, that to me is success. Now, still, I want to come back to the topic. How does people measure success? How does people measure success? Okay, how does people measure success? Okay, the first thing they measure success is this. The first thing they measure success is this. Okay, how much money do you make? Yes, even though many of us, we say that money is not happiness, money is not everything, but still, this is how people measure success. Okay, this is how people measure success. Now, of course, someone say this, money does not guarantee happiness, or poverty also does not guarantee happiness. And there's so many versions of like happy can make you money, but money can't make you happy. Yeah, or money will not make you happy, and happy will not make you money. Right? Money can't make you happy, but there's a reason why you have used money in the wrong way. Yeah. So there's so many quote on this, but still, a lot of people measure success with money. Measure success with money. Now there are very category of wealth, right? Now today, if you are, in the financial world, people measure like how much money you have by different category. So if someone says you are high net worth, what does it mean? If someone says you are high net worth, it means that you have a liquid asset of 1 million US dollar. When I say liquid asset, this does not count your house or other thing. Your liquid asset is $1 million. So that is like considered as high net worth. Yeah. Next level is very high net worth. Very high net worth is if you have 5 million liquid asset, it's called very high net worth. The next level is ultra high net worth. Ultra high net worth is 30 million US dollar. 30 million US dollar. Okay, 30 million US dollar. Now, let's have money talk, okay? Money talk. If you think more money will make you happy, how much more? If you think more money will make you happy, how much more? There was a study by a university, Purdue University, and it was kind of reported at one time how much actually a person have, then a person is happy. So they did a study, right? So I don't know how the study go, but anyway, there's this report of a study, right? How much money do they make before they become happy, right? Okay, so the result came out as this, okay? And I don't know if this apply to Vietnam or other part of the world, but at least this study is done with American. If you have 70,000 to 75,000, that will make you happy. So that is the finding of Purdue University, right? If someone had a 70 to 75,000, then they will become very, very happy. Then they will be happy. So the first question is, if you think more money will make you happy, how much more? Now you have the answer, 70 to 75. Okay, 70 to 75 will make you very happy. Next is this, how would your life be better with more money? Okay, maybe you answer this question, how would your life be better with this money? So if you on this presentation here, you might want to write down, how would your life be better if you have more money? Okay. Thirdly, think of a time where you make less money. Were you unhappy then? Okay, can you think of the time where you don't have a lot of money? Were you unhappy then? I recall that when I first started work, I had very little money. Yeah, in fact, at that time I'm being paid 300 Singapore dollars a month, and I give my mother $100. So I'm still very happy, right? Even with little money. Number 4, think of some of your happiest moments from last week. Were more money make those moments happy? I can't answer all these 4 questions for you. Please answer it yourself, okay? So, number 1, the first way to measure money is how much money do you make? How much money do you make? So the second way to measure success is how many people knows your name. How many people knows your name? So that is another way to measure success, right? And today you say, wow, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook and they all know my name. Well, congratulations. That is one way to measure success. Or you say, hey, I got 10,000 following on Instagram. They all know my name. Well, that is another way to measure success. Okay. So the second way to measure success is how many people know your name. How many people know your name? Now, okay. The third way to measure success is this. How many lives did you change? I really, really like this third way to measure success because I'm gel with this. That it may not be all about money or how many people know you, but how many lives did you actually change? How many lives did you actually change? For many years, right? I always want quantity, right? I say, hey, Success Resources, we run seminars all over the world. Every year, there are 250,000 people coming to attend the Success Resources seminar. So I say, wow, we have changed the life of many, many people. So as I grow a little bit older right now, yeah, my perception changed. My perception actually kind of changed. Today, I don't look at changing life by the width, how many people, but by the depth, how deep, how much connection you have with the people, and how much time you invest with them, and how you change their life. So I don't look at quantity, but I look at how depth, the people that's closest to me, right? I have decided that I have to change the life of people that's closest to me. So my family start first. So some of you, if you have been following this Magic Your Life, this is my family, right? This is my family, and my 3 grandson. I got a 4th one. So this is the 4th one. He's too young to hang around with us, and the 4th one is only 1 year old. Yeah, and I spend time with my grandchildren, right? Not only just go out and eat, right? I actually kind of spend time with the 2 a little bit older, one 12 years old, one 10 years old. I teach them how to start a business. In fact, my grandson actually started a business in his school, right? And he's making money, right? He has a business selling things, and then a lot of his friends buy from him, and he make money. So I spend my time, I invest my time with my people that that people that's close to me, that I love, so that I can be of influence to them. I have influence to them. Now, I'm not only, every time when we go out with my grandchildren, we go out as a group, but I decided to go with my children one by one. So instead of bringing all my 3 grandchildren together and have food or eat together, I decided to ask them to go out, and spend time with them one by one, right? So this is where I spend with my eldest grandson. I spend with my eldest grandson, and so when I spend time with him one-to-one, I was able to talk to him. That 12 years old, they don't really talk a lot, right? They are always on the headphone. They are always on playing games, and do that thing. When I was talking to them, and when we come to one subject, he was very, very excited. I asked him what is he really interested in school, and then he said biology. I said, biology? What about biology that you're interested in? And then he was telling me about all these things. And then I began to talk to him about COVID-19, bacteria, and virus. Now, for all of you listening, do you know that virus is not a living thing? Wow, when my grandson was telling me that virus is not a living thing, I got a shock. How can virus not be a living thing? This COVID-19, right? Coronavirus, that spread all over the world. And today we have 26 million people around the world that are affected by coronavirus. And you're telling me that it's not a living thing? Yeah. And then later on I Google, I really, it's true. Virus is not a living thing. Bacteria is a living thing. Virus is not a living thing. So when I began to talk to him, I get to know him more. And he's really, really very excited about biology, and he likes to know about virus and all these other things. So this is my eldest grandson. So my second grandson, I spend my time with my second grandson. My second grandson, he liked to bake cake, right? And make cake. So then when I talked to him, I realized that one of his favorite subject is chemistry. And the reason why he's very excited about baking cake is because you have to mix all the ingredients together like chemistry, So I get to know him, what he likes, and what he's excited about. Then I talked to my third grandson. Now, if you look at it carefully, now my second grandson went to eat McDonald's. My third one doesn't like fast food. He's only 6 years old. He like Indian food. Yeah, he really like Indian food. So he's so excited about Indian food, right? So this is nasi biryani, okay? So he really like Indian. So when I began to talk to him, he's very excited about the stars, the planet, even quantum physics. I don't know where he learned all these things. But when he talk about the stars, the Jupiter, the universe, he's really, really excited, you know. He's really, really excited. So when I connect with them, when I connect with, my grandchildren, yeah, I began to know them more, right? I began to know them more. So I actually bought a microscope for my eldest grandson because he liked to look at virus and bacteria. And I bought a chemistry set for my second grandson because so you in this photo here you can see he's making some crystal, right? So that what got him very, very, very excited, right? And for my third grandson who's interested in planets and stars and Jupiter, you know, I went to buy him a telescope, right? So with this telescope for my third grandson so that he can look straight into the sky. I can look straight into the sky, you know, and you know we measure, we take photograph of Jupiter, we take photograph of the ring of Saturn, right? So you know, so the second measurement of success is how many lives have you changed? Now, I'm not looking at quantity, but I'm looking at the depth of it. Okay, the depth of it. So the fourth way to measure success is how happy are you? How happy are you? Okay, how happy are you? Now, many of you know this man, right? I mean, he's the world #1 boxer, Mike Tyson. Have you ever seen Mike Tyson fight? If you have not, go to YouTube, you know, and Google and watch how he fight. He's one of the best fighters. You know? So many of his opponents in the ring couldn't even last a few minutes. You know, he has such a powerful punch, and he kind of knock out everybody very, very fast, right? In his peak time, now he's the world #1 boxer, but in his peak time, he made $300 million. He made $300 million, 300 million US dollar. That's a lot of money, right? And then later on in 2003, he filed for bankruptcy and then he went to jail. Yeah, can you imagine somebody that is a world #1 fighter, popular, famous, and great sportsman, make $300 million? Now he has to go to jail. Yeah, and today Mike Tyson, he actually is coaching. He has came out from jail. He's now coaching young people how to fight, and he gives talk. Today he doesn't make $300 million, and today he's more happier than he used to be. He's more happier than he used to be. Yeah, even though he don't have $300 million, but he's more happy than he used to be. Yeah, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. Happiness is the key to success. So magic your life with happiness. Magic your life with happiness. Okay. So the fifth way to measure success is how many stories can you tell? How many stories can you tell? How many experience have you gone through in life? How many experience have you gone through in life? Last week I shared with you about my trip to my challenge when I was in Hong Kong, right? How I got cancer, and then even if I got cancer, even with cancer, I went to Hong Kong and sell and fill up the room for 4,000 or 5,000 people in a seminar, right? And how I go on knocking on doors, even though I was sick with cancer, I was knocking on doors and selling. How many stories can you tell? You have gone through this coronavirus, and some of you, your business suffer, but you still stay strong, yeah, and you overcome it. Can you tell this story? Can you tell this story? How many stories can you tell? How many stories can you tell? So this is another way to measure success. This is another way to measure success. The sixth way to measure success is this: how many things are left in your bucket list? How many things are left in your bucket list? So we all have our goals, and we all have our dream, and we all have our aspiration. So these are our bucket list. So today, how many of these goals and dreams have you achieved, and what is in your bucket list? Now, when I was young, right, I remember maybe about 13 or 14 years old, when I went home one day, I put my bag down and I heard a very, very beautiful music. I heard this very, very beautiful music. And this music mesmerized me. Now, for many years, I did not know what is this music about. I mean, like, and what song is this, etc. Then I can always remember this music, right? And da 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 da. So it's always in my ear, but I don't know what song is this, what is the name of the song, what is the title, etc. It was many years later when I was a young adult that I found out that, wow, that music is from the Shakespeare's story of Romeo and Juliet. And the song is called A Time for Us. Okay, the song is called A Time for Us. So what I want to do now is to show you, right? This is the music that I heard. Right? This is the music that I heard. Okay, just one moment.
Yeah, the video.
Okay, so later on I found out that this is the song that I heard when I was a kid. Yeah, and it's a very beautiful love song from William Shakespeare called A Time for Us, Romeo and Juliet. And if you know the story, how both of them tragically, both of them died, right? It's a very, very nice love story. So I like the music and the whole thing very, very much. So much so that one of my bucket lists is to be able to uh, play this song, right? To play this song. On my bucket list is to be able to play this song. So I so I went to learn how to play the song, and I also buy the lyrics, etc. And practice. It took me a long time to practice how to play this song, how to play this song. So what I want to do now is to show you that do not be afraid, okay, to set goals and to have your dream. Okay, so let me just play this song for you. Okay. I hope you can see me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So expression don't have to be logical, but expression can be magical. Expression don't have to be logical. I don't have a music background, but because of my love for this song, it is magical. Yeah, expression don't have to be logical. Say today, your goal is to travel around the world, even though you have not been to many places. It don't have to be logical, but expression can be magical. Expression can be magical. So don't afraid to go for your dreams, because expression can be magical. Expression can be magical. So number 7 ways, right? The number 7 ways to measure success is this: how many people would trade their life for yours? How many people would trade their life for yours? Is there anybody that say, wow, how I wish I work in the place that you work. How I wish, my family is like yours. How I work, how I wish, my body is like yours, so hot, How I wish, my life is like yours. So how many people would trade their life for yours? Yeah, how many people would trade their life for yours? But not necessarily, like for example, you don't have to be envy about other people. Now, of course, this is this is Prince Harry and Meghan, right? And Meghan of Duke, you know that they also resign. For many people, they say, wow, how I wish I could be a king or a loyalty. But, you don't have to envy them. You don't have to envy them, right? Okay, so this is a billionaire that, he has lots of money, but he died in prison. Yeah, he died in prison. Now, this is the king of Spain, John Carlos, and he's now in Abu Dhabi. Why? Because he has to run away. Now he's the king of Spain. Now, what is he doing in Abu Dhabi? Because he has to run away. Right? But the country doesn't want him anymore. How many people would exchange their life for yours? Yeah. Okay. The ninth way to measure success is how many successful people are next to you. How many leaders you have, right, surround you. Today, you can consider yourself successful if you build people around you who are successful, that you help them to be successful. You help them to be successful. So this is Steve Jobs and Tim Cook. Yeah. So when Steve Jobs, probably one of the greatest IT entrepreneur, and because of him, that's why we have iPhone, we have iWatch, and we have everything. So he's brilliant. But when he died, when Steve Jobs died, Tim Cook can take over straight away. Why can he take over straight away? Why? Because Steve Jobs built him, right? Steve Jobs built him, and Steve Jobs can make him into a very successful person. Yeah. So that is the 9 way to measure success. The number 10 way to measure success is this: how much time do you spend doing the thing that you love? How much time do you spend doing the thing that you love? Yeah, I know many of you love to make money. Yes, okay, good. But what else, right? What else do you spend time that you love? Yeah, so if you love other things and you can spend time with it, so that is a measurement of success. That is a measurement of success. Now, recently, this is something that I love to do because I wanted to train for my triathlon. So I was cycling in the rain. So every week I go cycling. So this is when I was cycling in the rain. I did about 60 kilometers. Now another of my something that I always wanted to do is to do handstand for many years. Some of you it's very easy to do. So I decided to take a class, right? I did take a class to learn how to do handstand. So you can see, right? So I was learning to do handstand. Yeah. So this is the way you measure success. How much time do you spend doing the thing that you love? So number 10 is how happy you make those around you. How happy do you make those around you? Okay. Is your time just consumed about doing things, about business, about other things, So one way to measure success is how happy you make those around you. Okay. So recently, I meet friends together, to celebrate, etc. Everybody's really, really happy, right? Everybody is really very happy. Ways to measure success is how long will you be remembered after you die? How long will you be remembered after you die? Now, the only way to remember, for people to remember you after you die, is that you have contributed to their life, right? You have contributed to their life, and you have contributed to society, you have contributed to your country, you contribute to people. And that's why they can remember you. So that is the way, that is one of the way you measure success, and it's probably one of the very, very powerful way, right, to measure success. But lastly, to measure success is how far did you come from, and not how far you need to go. Now, for many of you who are listening in, you have gone very, very far, right? From where you come from to where you are today. Please don't compare with other people. Please don't compare with another person, yeah, and say, and feel that you have not been successful. You have, if you have gone to be where you are today. So one way to measure success, and probably this is what I recommend you, this is how you measure success, how far do you come from, and not necessarily how far you need to go. So, for all of you that is listening in, I want you to pat yourself on the back, okay, and say, I am successful. I am successful. Pat yourself on the back and say, I am successful. Okay. So this is Richard Tan. I've just shared with you 12 ways to measure success. Okay. So I want to bring up another very, very amazing person. I've known her for many, many years. Someone that I really, really admire a lot. And she has helped to change the life of so many people. But most of all, she has a very, very, very big heart. So it's my pleasure right now to bring up my friends and your friends, Vivian. Okay, Vivian.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm not sure, our families in Vietnam. Have you learned something from Richard? In fact, I was trying to write down so many points. I believe that the 12 points, at least some of the points that we are able to meet, I think we are very successful. But what I like most, what Richard has said is success is not the key to happiness, but happiness is the key to success. I think that is very important, a point that we need to understand, because sometimes, where we are trying to go after money, or you earn a lot of money, you might not be happy. So sometimes you see that those people got no money, but they're very happy, they can consider successful. So I feel that the 12 points, I think it's good that, I'm not sure whether have you taken down notes. If you don't have, maybe next week Ken can give you a revision. But I feel that this lesson is, it's a hands-on experience wisdom that, Richard is sharing with us. I'm very happy with that. And I hope that you learn something. And today I just want to share something. I just want to share with you my screen. Okay, I'm going to bring up my screen. Just share screen. Can you see my screen? No. Share it. You able to? Can you see my screen? Oh, has Richard woke up? Oh, you use your screen. Okay, never mind. I'm going to get the screen up for you. But, I'm very happy that we have many members logged in today. And we hope that this weekly wisdom, you can learn something, from us. And now I want to show you the screen because, we have scheduled, for, by right, in September, we have scheduled four weekly wisdom, but because of the Tony Robbins, we are going to have a very, very big online event by Tony Robbins called Unleash the Power Within virtual. And we're expecting that thousands of people, okay, maybe more than 10,000 people to lock in. And because it's happening from September 17th to 20th, and we know that a lot of our members will be logging in to learn 4 full days of learning. And this is one of the world's most high-tech technology, a live 360 interactive experience. And I for those who have signed up, okay, who have redeemed for this program, congratulations, because you can have this type of experience. Is not everyday affair. It's once in a lifetime. So, thank you for signing up. And because of that, we have to change a little bit of our schedule, right? So our next weekly wisdom will be, instead of next week, because next week is Tony Robbins, we are going to do it. Can you change your next slide? Okay, next slide, please. Okay, we're supposed to have this, our third session of weekly wisdom on 17th. So we are going to push it to 24th of September. And Robert Kiyosaki is supposed to come on, on the 19th of September. We are going to push one, push to 3rd of October, right? So that, those people, our members who have signed up for UPW, virtual UPW, would not miss any of our event. And our last segment of weekly wisdom, which is supposed to be last week of September, we are going to do it on 8th of October. Okay, so I just let you all know there are some changes to our schedule. Okay, but the thing is that I hope that you can tune in every week, because every week we are going to give you new, information, and of course experiences from Richards and also from Ken. And I hope that you really benefit from it. Because I feel that in My Aladdins, it's not just about making money or connecting merchants with consumer. We are more concerned about your well-being. We are more concerned about your personal development, because we always believe the more you learn, okay, that means the richer you can be over here, because whatever you learn, nobody can steal away from you. People can steal away your money, but nobody can steal away the knowledge that you gain through all these experiences. So I hope that when you join My Aladdins, it is not about, just a business. I think it is about an overall development for you and for us, because we came from a training background, okay, because of Success Resources, many years in the training industry. We value personal development a lot. And we hope that all our members, when you join My Aladdins, come and learn with us, because we feel that learning is the best investment, okay, that you can give to yourself. Okay, so thank you so much for your time today, and we hope to see you. And today we have a very, very good turnout. And before we end, I just want to say thank you to Joey, because we have a lot of feedback from our members saying that your translation is very good. And thank you so much, because as what Richard said, okay, the speaker's quality is as good as the translator's quality. So if the translator is good, even the speaker is not too good, I think the session is still very good. Right? Okay, so thank you so much, and good night, and we hope to see you week after next, because next week will be Tony Robbins UPW on virtual. So we'll see you week after next. Thank you so much. Good night.